Good morning. Springer Mountain is this way. It is Jeff here. I am about 1 mile from the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. Not hiking up there. Been there before. This mile right here behind me have not done yet. And I'll be doing it here in a couple of days. So here it is, October. Didn't really plan on doing any AT hiking in October, but considering circumstances in my life have changed a little bit, I want to try to get as many miles in about a week and a half. I'm going to undergo the first of 3 bowel surgeries due to ulcerative colitis and dysplasia and the beginnings of colon cancer. So certainly unfortunate. The negative is, the colon's coming out, and I'm not going to be able to hike for a good 5, 6, 7, 8 months because I'm going to have an ostomy. So not very savory there, but my life's going to be saved, and eventually I'll be almost as good as new, and I won't have ulcerative colitis anymore. So that's the cure, take the colon out. So anyway, my plan here just for this weekend, I want to get one good hike in. It's actually good before surgery to get a lot of good cardio. So I'm gonna go 52 miles to Unicoi Gap, which is that way, all the way back here, and then do the last mile and touch the southern terminus sign, and then I'll have that one complete end of Georgia done. A couple of miles left I would have to get going into North Carolina later on. I did a 17-mile hike in Georgia in June when we had a family vacation up here from Unicoi Gap to Dix Creek Gap. So I'm going to start at Unicoi, come the other way. So 52 miles over 3.5, 4 days. Should be fun. Blue Mountain Shelter, my lunch stop for today. Not bad. For dessert. All right, lunch break here at Blue Mountain Shelter. I'm not even, maybe just a little over 2 hours into the hike. I started about 11 o'clock, which was at least an hour later than I thought it was going to be. I guess I didn't factor in how long the shuttle was going to be from Springer. Dale was the driver. I think his trail name is Bandit. Cool dude from Hiawassee, right down the street here. He thru-hiked the whole trail last year, so we had some great stories. Always good to meet the people that have done it and kind of pick their brain. So that was so far the highlight of the day. It was a straight shot, 1,000 feet up, right out of the gap. So it's hurting me a lot more than it typically does. My heart rate, because I just coming off of a prednisone taper, my heart rate runs high, just runs high than it typically would. So I get up, not into the red, but I'm not comfortable. My resting heart rate's also like 10 beats per minute more than it normally is when I'm on prednisone. So, and when you taper off, there's just this little withdrawal effect too. Not to mention I've gained some weight because of the prednisone I've been on the last couple of months. So that's part of it, just being out of shape. And it's always the toughest day, the first day when you're back, especially when you're a guy like me who just section hikes and you're not really getting the trail legs under you each time. So I wanted to go about 15 miles today. We'll see where that goes. The hardest part of the day is done. It's relatively flat or downhill the rest of the way for like the next 13 miles. So if I can get to a shelter, that would be nice. If it's not a shelter, that's fine too. I could use a good sleep. just because I slept in the car last night and it didn't go as well as I thought it would. So it got a little chilly for one. It's going to be chilly here tonight, but at least I'll have my sleeping bag. Hey, update 4:45 here on Friday on the Appalachian Trail southbound in Georgia. Day 1 of 4, 3.5 hopefully, because I still got to drive back to Orlando on Monday. But I'm about 3 miles from the nearest shelter, but it is 4:45 already. So at this pace, I should be at that shelter a little over an hour. The problem is, in this, when you're hiking in the summertime, you've got a lot of daylight. The sun is down at 7:03. So what I don't want to be doing is hiking through all this in this canopy when it's dark, not knowing what terrain's ahead, and then having to set up my tent in the dark and all that other stuff. So I'm still debating. I still have another couple miles, 4 or 5 more miles to go. So it's almost a guarantee that if I continue on, unless I just stealth camp, in a little place in the woods, I probably should just stop. These are like real-time things you think about. It is fall. And my decision's now been made. It's raining, if you can't tell. Threw on the gear, skies just opened up. I was expecting some rain in the afternoon here today, so not a total surprise. It's supposed to be clear the next couple of days, which will be nice, but yeah, I'm not hiking in this longer than I have to. So stay nice and warm and dry. Hopefully I'll get to the shelter and there's an overhang to eat, and I'll go. If there's a break in the weather, then I'll put my tent up then, but I'm just gonna race this last 2 miles back, and I'll see you there.